In the shop right now we've got two things to do on a 1940s Haddorff upright console piano. One of the things is to get the keys back in line. All the keys on this piano are ivory. Let's see if I can come in a little closer here. They're all ivory and they're all very, very yellowed. And as you can see, there's lots of dust and dirt. And on the back capstans, those are all unpolished and need to be polished. So what we're going to be doing is getting as much as we can of the yellow out of the ivory key tops, and then refurbishing the wooden parts of the keys and polishing the capstans. This is an example of how it came into the shop, and over here is an example of what we got done when we polished the ivory. As you can see, not all of the ivory yellow is gone, but a significant amount. There are some brass cauls in the middle where the balance rails are. We're adding some liquids to make the felt get a little bit stronger, and then we polish the capstans, and then we'll be ready to put in the piano. Welcome back again to Stan's Piano Service. What we have here is part 2 of the Haddorff upright console piano. It's the action, and as you can see here, a lot of the hammers do not work properly. You push under where the hammer is touching by the key and it comes back. Basically what's happening here is some of the jacks are broken and need to be replaced and fixed. And the other thing is that this is a Florida piano, and it's been in Florida for so long that the felts surrounding some of the steel parts have seized and the piano is not working properly, so lubrication with that will help significantly to improve the playability. We'll get that all taken care of. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to reshape the hammers and create a much better tone. Now we're getting ready to do some cleanup work on the 1930s Haddorff piano built in Rockford, Illinois. As you can see, it needs some cleaning, it needs some new felts, and we'll put the hammers back and clean it all up, and we'll get it ready to play. As you can see here, we put new felts on the front rail, and now we're going to take the balance rail felts off. They're quite worn, dirty. They haven't been put on right in some cases, so we'll get those all taken care of too. Now that the front balance rails felts has been replaced and the back balance rail has been replaced, they look pretty nice. The keys will rest very nicely on those. Next step is we're going to polish these copper wire strings and polish these plain wire strings and get them to play with much better tone. Although we couldn't get 100% of the grime off the strings, we got a considerable amount of grime off the copper wire strings. They look nice. And the steel wire strings, we had a lot of rust from the Florida off, and they should also sound very nice. The day has finally arrived. We've got the keys installed, we've got the keys fixed and lined up, we've got the hammers in place, we've got the strings polished, we've got the piano tuned, and we tuned it for orchestra because this family has orchestral instruments, cellos and violins, so they like to play with the piano accompaniment. And the most fun part about it is once you get this work done, you can actually play in here. For an old 1930s piano, not too bad. We also found that there were several damper flanges that need to be replaced because the springs aren't working as properly, and we got the pedals working fine too because they weren't working properly either. But this is the Haddorff, and it's a fun project. If you have other pianos that you'd like to have restored or rehabilitated, please give me a call, 763-438-9976, or Stan's Piano Service, at your service. Thanks for watching.
Stan's Piano Service. Call now to schedule piano tuning or repair. 763-438-9976. stanspianoservice.com.